the worst place I've ever been to.
Yep.
Terrible.
Yep.
It, like, so much construction, so much traffic, barely any space to drive. Anyway, Tetris Effect.
We're going, and so now I'm hosting, and hopefully my New York internet will help us out here, because I get 500 down.
Jesus. Yeah. I think we're gonna be getting at 250 when we fix our internet, going up from like 20. So I'm very excited.
SGFEROX is going to rip that first zone here. SUPERNOOBA does also have that full zone, probably just waiting to upstack a little bit, get a T-spin or two set up before they rip their zone. Nope, are they just going to try to absorb SGFEROX's zone? Yeah, that's not going to work for you.
SGFEROX? What's that? It does resolve into a Z-kick though. Very clean. And SUPERNOOBA.
They were going for the tank and Zen strat, but they did not accept the one chunk that was there. 20 though.
Nice 20. Mari, it's not. You're just a liar. Florida's like wet. Australia's dry.
It is. The wet heat versus the dry heat actually does impact the feels like temperature very significantly. Anyways, that's a lot of garbage incoming on SUPERNOOBA's board. They're able to accept it without having to zone and are going to be continuing to downstack just fine. Though we are getting close to that 60,000 point mark, SUPERNOOBA will likely try to phase transition with this zone right now.
Oh, that's a quick 11. Nice T-spin there as well. This looks like it could be on track for another 20. And he... No! It was an IRS zone! What are you doing?
IRS is tough to handle, especially... It's a lot of buttons to hold, you know?
You're right, for a 14K, it's very difficult.
It's hard. Especially if they haven't been keeping up to date on DC, but...
Oh my god, there's how you do a 21 though. Nice 71.
71 curve there from SGFEROX is going to put a lot of garbage on SUPERNOOBA's board, and that is what SGFEROX is good at, and that can be an absolute game changer as we see here.
It gave them the advantage going into phase 3, that's for sure.
Yeah, and when these two players are pretty close in rating, getting an advantage in phase 3 is huge. Keeping that is a different story, but if you can even get that in the first place, hopefully SGFEROX can find a way to capitalize. Although right now we do look, and it is pretty even.
Oh, I love that burn into the T-spin. Unfortunately, it wasn't taken. There was not a T-piece in sight, but SUPERNOOBA, that was very clean, and it did not go unnoticed. Nice kite in there into the zone. Probably got at least 10 lines in the chamber, I think. Oh, yes.
Yeah, and SGFEROX just trying to defend against what is about to come in here. Lots of T-spins.
15. 42 attack.
Yep.
For a phase 3 zone, not bad.
SGFEROX sees the end of this zone here, set up a T-spin, but did not have the T-piece. And SUPERNOOBA now has the advantage with that clean 3-6 stack built up on their board. Going for the 3-6 again, which is interesting. I wonder if they just genuinely prefer that, and I just haven't noticed before. SGFEROX with the IRS activity.
They can't throw that J up there because that would have induced lockout, I believe.
Yeah, that would have been lockout. They were trying to avoid it. They were looking at it in Tetrio. That would have been fine, but that does not work here. And that is going to be a first round in SUPERNOOBA's favor. So we saw SGFEROX gain control of that phase 3 early on with that curb, but SUPERNOOBA able to come back, find the efficiency to eventually push SGFEROX up to the top of the board. So very well played there from SUPERNOOBA.
Oh, what are those burns, SGFEROX?
Interesting ones for sure, but
yeah,
they've got the eyepieces they need.
They use one of the eyepieces to build up flat to get themselves a T-spin single, T-spin double combo. And now SUPERNOOBA with their own stylish stack. Oh, that resolved very nicely, actually. Into another T-spin. Gorgeous. Oh, no, wait. Wait, no! I don't think that has anything anyway, but come on. There's
That's like what I would have done.
Oh, okay, SGFEROX, never mind. SGFEROX
nice,
showing us how it's
Love
done.
that. Love that. I'm looking over at the stream to... That was a very nice 21 find. However... dude does put a lot of clean garbage on your opponent's board. So you got to be ready to take that coming back at you.
Despite the loss, can we just point out how fucking wild that solve was with the Z spin into the T piece? Like, what the hell was that? SGFEROX again in trouble though. At the top of the board, finds two T-spins, but uses one of them to fix the stack, and now just looking for that other T-piece, doesn't find it, and just has to burn through this, costing them some efficiency.
Yeah, both players sitting on this max zone here. Who's going to rip that first? That is going to be SUPERNOOBA.
And SGFEROX here with a nice stack, some clean garbage that they can use in their zone, which I'm surprised they don't use it, frankly. They're probably going to accept some of the incoming... Oh dear, they set up for the Z overhang list, but it didn't work. I think SGFEROX's original plan was to send everything outside of the zone, and then once SUPERNOOBA ended their zone, tank summon, send again. But the misdrops leading up to that, unfortunately,
this
ruined
is
their
not
plan.
looking good.
No, not looking great. They do have an out, I think, but borrowed time is probably the best word to describe their situation. Okay, yeah, nice. But where do you
Quarter
go
zone.
here? Yeah.
Yeah, it's not looking amazing. But there's the eyepiece.
Nice. And they had burns into that well. Again, borrowed time.
But they see the end of the garbage queue.
Ooh.
However, SUPERNOOBA is building up a TST tower and has 59,000 points.
Holy hell. That's one way to beat your opponent into the dust. Look at STSD! Oh, this is a crazy zone. Nice, yes! 59. Oh, and SGFEROX, unfortunately, plays as a piece, sending them into the Shadow Realm.
Yeah, I am looking back now. SGFEROX did just slam the hard drop button a couple times. They had half zone and decided that it was a lost cause.
Real for SUPERNOOBA, we may have our first sweep in the cards. Frankly though, that's not very indicative of SGFEROX's performance, let's be real. SGFEROX has been playing pretty damn well and had some amazing curb solves that are only possible by one of the best players in the
Hello,
world.
Wombo. Thank you for the raid. Welcome on in. We are playing some zone battle over here, as you guys are just watching over there on Wombo's stream, and we have many matches for tonight. So stick around if you're ready for some good zone battle.
Yeah, man. Wombo, if I were you, man, I would sit down in front of your computer, right? Get yourself a nice cup of hot chockey, yeah, and just lean back and watch some sick zone battle.
Yeah,
SGFEROX
absolutely.
is greeted.
That's good advice for all of you out there, especially the hot chockey.
Oh god, I've only had 2 today and it's hurting. Like, yeah, I don't know. America just had such horrible hot chocolate. Anyway, off we go. Nearly at our phase 3.
Ooh, look at this T-spin setup here from SGFEROX. Ooh, wasting the
To
T
use
piece.
the T.
Yeah, this is questionable.
They needed that L there for the spin, but unfortunately,
yeah, they did.
didn't have the luxury to use it. The pressure that SUPERNOOBA is sending is just unrelenting. Nice down stack there with a 4 combo, but SUPERNOOBA again threatening death with that zone.
Right, and this is about to be phase 3 right here after this zone.
What is that slow?
Yeah, I don't really know what's going on over there. I've stopped pretending to know. So SGFEROX here trying to find a response here, but hasn't really been great at responding in phase 3 so far. Let's see if they're able to turn that around. That's not looking good with the giant garbage truck coming in. There is that color clear. Love that for them here, but they see the end.
This is actually survivable, I think. Yeah, look at
Yeah.
this. Oh, never mind. SUPERNOOBA's still sending. Didn't just go into a kind of funny state. Decided to keep playing. Didn't take that into account. No.
Yeah. SUPERNOOBA definitely trying to spam out damage here, trying to find the end of this round, and that they do, and it is 4-0 here in this first 5. We are
This will be
going in again.
Ferox's final round here against SUPERNOOBA. We'll see how this goes. Can they deny the sweep, or will this be one of SUPERNOOBA's most dominating performances they've ever had? I don't know. I'm sorry. You gotta remember that I'm coming into this like I've just woken up. You've all had a big day at
I
work.
also just woke
Right.
up before this, fun fact. But
All right, you know what? My excuse is gone then.
why do you think I was late?
Oh, did you have a nice nap?
Yes, I did.
Nice.
But I took that nap to be energized, and energized we are here as SUPERNOOBA is building up this zone. SGFEROX looking to maybe tank. Nope, just decides to rip that zone right now. And this is a fast zone from SGFEROX so far. I love this STSD setup.
Beautiful. It's an energy. Oh! Oh! Oh!
Oh,
So many options, so little time. A 61. Absolutely sublime.
Wiley, Selena says good morning in the Twitch chat.
Good morning!
Lovely.
Is that good?
Yep. All right. SGFEROX with the score lead right now as we are getting close to 60,000 points. SUPERNOOBA definitely going to push this over with this zone, and SGFEROX is fully aware of that, so let's see what they do. SGFEROX is actually the one to push it over into phase 3 and starts continuing to build up here. I wonder what the plan is.
They were trying to finagle the TPs and they find a way to get it in a way that wouldn't mess up the stack. Managed to place pieces that didn't block out that T-spin and still got the 20. That was perfect.
Yeah, that was a very nice 20 solve now that I'm able to see it on my instant replay system. And that is still garbage coming in on SGFEROX's board.
Sorry, I like that you're referring to just the Twitch stream as the instant replay system.
The Twitch stream is my instant replay system.
For us,
has
it's the best
always
way you can
been.
use it.
And that is going to be our first sweep of the night. That is 5-0 SGFEROX versus SUPERNOOBA. I mean, very well played. And we will get to see both of these players